guys, I'm here again, like I am every Friday. I'm doing the Pray for the Wicked book tag, which I'm so excited for because I love Pray for the Wicked so much. If you don't know, it's the newest Panic at the Disco album that was released on the 22nd of June, I believe. And a booktuber made a tag for the album, and for like each song has a question. I was so excited. I believe it was created by Steph OK. I think that's her username. I will link it down below, the original video. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. A silver lining is, what was the question? It was a good book, a book that made you smile. And I was like, oh my god. You know, I was gonna go with Everyone's an Alien again, because when do I not talk about that book? Like, but I decided to go with like a really recent read, and that is We Were Okay by Nina LaCour. Is like one of my new favorite books. I absolutely loved it. It's about this girl who leaves her town in California, I believe, go to college in New York, and leaves everyone behind and doesn't contact anyone, and you start to figure out why. And her ex-best friend, I guess, who she hasn't talked to for a long time, comes to New York and stays with her over winter break. And they try to make their friendship happen again. I don't know how to... I think that's the best way I can explain it, but this is a really good book. It deals with the finding of your sexuality, which I really enjoyed that part of the book. And yeah, it was like almost a thriller in the way that you had to like figure out why she left and what actually happened. And I really enjoyed it. So if you haven't read it, read it. It's so good. Say amen, it's Saturday night. The question is, pick a dark book that you read recently, and the most recent dark book that I read is Vicious by V.E. Schwab, and I love that book so much. Like, 5 stars, so good. It's about these 2 boys in college who, for their med school thesis, try to recreate or like create people with powers that they call extraordinaries, and it's so good. Like, it's so good. I don't even know what else to say about it, because like you want to go in not knowing much, because I didn't know much and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. So it's great. The question for Hey Look Ma, I Made It is a character that is used as a pawn or puppet, and I'm pretty sure the creator of this tag used this book, but I can't be sure. And I also couldn't think of anyone else, but Simon Spear from Simon vs. Homo Sapiens Agenda. If you don't know what this book is about, it's about a boy named Simon who's gay, but no one really knows, and he anonymously, wow, talks to this other boy who's gay from his school, and they don't know who each other are. But one day he leaves his emails open, and another kid finds them and basically blackmails Simon, and so that in order to not out him, which is like awful, and I hate that character so much. For high hopes, the question is a character that always had high hopes, and I'm going to pick, is his name Daniel? Yeah, Daniel. Daniel from The Sun Is Also a Star. This book takes place in one day where Natasha is from Jamaica and her family are illegal immigrants, and so it's her last day in the United States before she's being deported, and her and Daniel meet, and Daniel is convinced that he can make Natasha fall in love with her, and he has like really high hopes that something's going to change and that she's not going to be deported and that they're going to fall in love and they're going to like meet again one day if she is deported. And I love this book and I love Daniel. Like, it's such a good book. Honestly, way better than Everything Everything. You may have heard of Everything Everything. It was a film adaptation with Amanda Steinberg and Nick Robinson. So the question for Roaring Twenties is your most prized book or possession on your bookshelf, I think. Your favorite book cover or your most prized book on your shelf. So this is not really a book, but I'll show you. And that is my Shatter Me box set, because I have all 3 books in the original trilogy signed, and then I also got her to sign a box when I met her, and I'm so like happy with this. If I ever lost this, I would cry for days because it's so like pretty and it's just so cool to have, and I love it. I live for this box. Even just a box by itself, like the box is gorgeous. The question for Dancing's Not a Crime is a character that is a good dancer or one you just want to dance with. And I'm picking Noah Shaw because Noah Shaw is a sweetheart and I feel bad for him and I love him. He reminds me of Tom Holland, so that could give you a reason why I love him. That's Noah. What else about him? Oh, he has an English accent. Does that remind you of anybody? I don't know if he's a good dancer, but like he has a lot of money. So I'm sure he's a good dancer. Like, I'm sure they put him in, like, dancing lessons. You know, like, that stereotypical, like, YA teen movies where, like, the rich kid dances super well, even though he's, like, a bad boy. Noah. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. One of the drunks, a character that deals with addiction. So I honestly don't like this song that much. Like, it's good because they're all good, but it's probably my least favorite. Anyways, I picked Charlotte Holmes from A Study in Charlotte. I think she has, is it a cocaine addiction or is it heroin? I think it's cocaine. So yeah, I love these books. This is such a good series. Like, read it. Read it. It's so good. Brittany Cavallaro is a queen and I love her. And she's the best, so read it, and these characters are amazing. The question for The Overpass, which is also a mediocre song in my opinion, like not mediocre, it's good, but according to the rest of the you know, I can't speak. Anyways, it's a love story, and I kind of cheated because this has, like, a lot of love stories. Like, 17 love stories. Oh, 17 is such a great number. This is an anthology about queer teens throughout different times and places in history, and it's so good. Like, my favorite anthology, I tend to love anthologies, but, like, I loved this one more than Meet Cute, and I thought Meet Cute was amazing. So I don't even have a word to, like, describe how good this is. It's just so good, like, oh my god. Clouds, a book that was an experience unlike any other. And for this, automatically went to Furthermore by Tahira Mafi, because what even is this book? Like, this book is so weird and amazing at the same, like, I literally love this book. Alice and Oliver are everything. I love them. And if you haven't read this book, read it. It's a middle grade, but it's weird. It's so weird and so good. Like, it's kind of an Alice in Wonderland like inspired book, but it's better. Like, and I love Alice in Wonderland. This is better, so much better. Like, you know what I'm talking about. If I read this book, the part with the foxes, I read that in school and I was like, what now? Like, who taught her Muffy? What? How? I don't understand how she came up with that. Some of the stuff in this book, but like, dang. The question for Old Fashioned is a book or series that reminds you of your childhood, and there's a few, but I decided to go with Junie B. Jones by somebody. I don't remember who it's by, but I'll like have a picture on the screen so you can see that. Can you stop? But I used to like sit there and read those books, like marathon them and then reread them like the entire day, because they were like really small books, and I read each one in like an hour, because I was in like 1st or 2nd grade maybe. And like, they were my first books that I absolutely loved, because in kindergarten I could not read where like everyone else could, and in 1st grade I kind of liked to read. In 2nd grade I read Junie B. Jones, and like at the end of 1st grade as well, and I started to like love to read. The question for that is a character you see a bit of yourself in, and I would like to do 2 characters that kind of like, if you mix them together, they're me. Lucas and Valentine from this book, which I'm actually rereading, as you can tell, but I haven't really read that much. Valentine is very closed off, and he's like kind of a nerd, you know. And Lucas is very popular, which is not what I relate to, but kind of like his demeanor about things, and like the way he talks to people, but like the way he keeps his secrets, the way he finds and like talks about his sexuality, really like I really relate to that. So definitely more Lucas than Valentine, but like I added Valentine in there because more like the nerd, quiet one, where like Lucas, more his demeanor, but not that he's popular, because that's not me. That was so much fun. I love this album. If you haven't listened to it yet, who are you? What are you doing? Listen to it, please. Have a good life. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment. I love comments, and subscribe. Bye.